fuel, closed. Gas, closed. Office and service area, closed. Waste bins, closed. Ooh. Well, it's a frosty one. Some more hen. It's been brr overnight. Right, where are these geese? Cheeky little monkeys. So it would appear that geese don't sleep, or that they just sleep. Shotguns again. Bits in the day, because last night we could hear them. Well, they came along the side of the boat and started making geese noises and pecking at the side of the boat, and then they came down the back here, started flapping around, did some more pecking. So I think they like, I probably can't see it here, yeah, you see there's bits of sort of algae and whatever down the side of the boat, attached to the side of the boat. I think they must like that stuff. My gosh, they were noisy though. And because the hull of the boat is steel and their beaks are very firm, yeah, it's loud in there. And at whatever time it was, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, I mean, you could hear a pin drop, let alone somebody jackhammering the side of your boat. So very cute. Just, yeah, well, you live and learn, don't you? So this morning I am going to need to do something in here in our gas locker. I did wake up in the night and think, oh, actually I must tidy out the gas locker. So, but this morning there's no gas, can't run the hob to get some coffee on the go. And it turns out that my angel left the water heater on overnight, so that's used the last of the gas. Can't use much because it's only a pilot light, but that appears to have used the last of the gas. So should see a marina today. I think Fenny Marina, I think it's called, at Fenny Compton, isn't too far up the canal. So I think we're going to be buying some more gas. But for now I'm just going to try switching over the gas bottles and hope that we can get some coffee on the go. So right, first man thing of the day. Plane movement. In fact, there's one as we speak. Where are you going? There's lots of plane trails. So I've got to say, it's looking much better in here now. Much better. These are some of the items that I've fished out. There's the gas locker, so electric shoreline. Did find the gas removal tool, some grease for the stern gland, a couple of filters, some random bits of wire, part of an old battery terminal, connector, shoreline. Morning. This jobby looks like something you can use to moor up. I've only got one of those, mind. 2 plumbing elbows. Don't do plumbing. And then this skank. So, good news. Hello, doggy. Good news is that this is a manual for the engine. The bad news is it's been submersed in half an inch of water. So I think we'll try and dry that out, throw the file, ming in, get rid of that, and then get on and do the normal engine checks. Probably not ideal being a pheasant on a day like today. Old school craft stuff going on in there, it's all just wooden. Yeah, but that place hasn't changed for donkey's years. Up there. Anyway, that's the first lock done. Was that Elkington's lock? Elkington's lock. The first of 6 in coming in fairly quick succession. 2 stools. Is driving. And the birds are a-tweeting. Seen 3 boats so far. I've been going for about half an hour, seen 3 boats moving, so that's good. Look at this. That is minute. Not the only window, that porthole. That's your boat. How cute. It's got a solar panel. That is the smallest boat we've seen, isn't it? Morning, you guys. Oh, sorry, Josh. Ouch.
I'm in no way at the point where I can take my eyes off what's coming up ahead. Oh, this one passed us as well.
Yorkshire Blue.
Oh gosh, look how close we are.
Steering the wrong way. Okay, so we're coming up to a lock.
So we're going to try and not do a crash landing this time. Sorry, Roy.
Yeah, boat Roy. Sue's got this. Although she is looking in the wrong direction. Right, I'm just going to go and make sure batten down the hatches.
You're going nowhere, mate. Did you not speed back?
I would now. I would. So you've got your 45-degree angle already for that first pin. If you just go straight, you've already got it. You're going to, I think, I'd want to go in a bit slower than this. So, back.
So what's that now?
That's now neutral.
So I want a bit forward.
I'd go back.
Oh, back?
Well, you can come in at this speed if you want. I think it's a bit too quick. A bit more than that.
I'm miles away.
Now reach Claydon bottom lock. Sue looks to be opening the gates because we're going backwards, and then in a second we're going to get sucked forwards. We're still in the learning process about how this particular boat works and things we might need to tackle, but that is one of them. That fender, whilst gently kissing the gate, is millimetres ahead of the whatever that pointy bit is on the bow. yeah, but I don't know, is there the bull nose, whatever that is. So we need to do something. The answer is probably to raise the fender using these chains and raise it up to sort of here or something. Yeah, let's have a look at that. Add it to the list. Well, along with our knackered cratch board.
Yeah,
Add it to the list.
Windows first. Windows first.
Got a few more locks in quick succession.
Well, that fender does need sorting out, I agree with that. What's that pipe thing?
So that's another thing. No, so what this pipe thing here is basically to stop this chain from doing that and knocking the blacking off. So that needs sorting as well. Anyway, ready to rock?
I think so.
Someone's made an effort. So that's working quite nicely. Suddenly there's a boat coming down in between the one that was in between ourselves and the one that was going up. So we've left the gate of the lock behind us open. No point in closing that, it's just another job for them to do. I suspect they've left ours open as well. Looks like there's another boat waiting to come down actually. So although that boat is closer, it's boating etiquette that they wait and let us in, rather than it conserves water and time rather than mess around. So we'll just get this locked on as quickly as we can out of courtesy for the fact that they've waited. Take the rope, dear.
That's a bit like you're throwing it all off the boat.
Looks like we've got our first lock keeper CRT crew, volunteer crew on the lock up here. Have a look.
You're welcome to do. Indeed, that's what we are. Quite sure about the paintwork, the blue and red, but I seem to have a volunteer crew here. Not these two. Bit of advice from Mr. Volunteer here. He's also telling us to come further forward and riding up on the gate.
Well, there is that. Okay, so it's now official. When we've been going up a lock, we've been nudging up against the front of the lock gate. Well, I haven't always been doing this, but last couple of days a couple of people have said, look, just nudge up against the lock gate at the front, don't worry too much about the sill, you should clear it. When the paddles are open, the pressure will just suck the boat and sort of kiss the front of the gate and hold it there, which is fine. We just weren't sure when we've done that. Then there's a CRT volunteer there. I wasn't sure if actually that's etiquette and we should be doing that, but CRT volunteer said no, do that, that's fine. So you burn less diesel and you don't choke yourself in the lock. So it's now official, we know we can do that, and that's great news. It feels calmer as well, you're not having to fight the pressure of the water coming in, and yes, that's good. Got another top tip, we know we can utilize it and not be scoffed or scorned at. So that's the top lock done. I'm just going to cruise now. Don't know where we're going to get to. Put a few miles under our belt, so the weather's pleasant. Good day for cruising. How are you doing?
Hello.
Dog. Oh, how cute.
His little life jacket on. I suppose he's only got little legs, hasn't he?
Well, yeah, he's not going to reach the bottom. Mind you, do you think he'll have to swim? It's a good idea, though, I suppose. Maybe he can't swim.
Can all dogs swim? That is the question. Just look.
Oh, look.
Just look very countrified. Oh, little swan on his nest. Her nest. Its nest.
Yeah, who does the nest sitting? Swanage lands.
That'll be so cute, seeing little baby. Oh, baby's on cygnets. Little baby swan. I did go to school, obviously.
Yeah. 2 days a week.
See, I'd be like, how do I get my nose back now? But you're just... Were we saying it was nice and peaceful? Quite a lot of noise and odour pollution there.
Yeah, just we've caught about it. If it wasn't for the overhanging trees, we wouldn't have an issue. But
yeah, the actual canal's wide enough, wide enough to pass. But you see those trees there. We don't really want to go through that. I'll scratch what's left of the paperwork with Josh after my little drive. See, this is the difficult thing, I think. One of the difficult things is people sometimes signal and you don't actually know what signaling. Like if a hand goes up, does that mean stop or come on or?
yeah, you look at people's faces, that usually tells you.
Yeah, but they were a fair distance away to actually for us to work out what was. I know you know what to do, and it was common sense because they had the line, didn't they?
These darn trees.
There's our overhang. We're not going to complain about trees though, are we? Because we like trees.
I mean, the alternative option there is I could have tucked into the left-hand side of the canal in front of this tree and let them through. If it was a windy day, I would have chosen to do that rather than try and reverse. I think I would have tried to do that. You've got to make a split decision when the boat's coming through and the big lumps of metal, you know, 25 tons worth of a boat, you can't stop it in the same way you can a car. You can't just hit the brakes and can't maneuver, swerve out the way. You've got to, there's momentum to get rid of and or assist you in some instances. And once you've started your manoeuvre, whatever it is you've decided to do, really just commit to it, and unless you're obviously going to crash. But layering one half move on top of another half move is, well, it's a recipe for getting out of control.
You're not really sure where you are then, are you? Well, 12. Is that like looking a bit like lunchtime?
Ooh. stop at the, if there's a piece of Armco close, we'll stop there. If there isn't, we'll just peg up. Peg up? Or just, I don't know.
Well, that reminds. Pegging out's not good, is it? Pegging out's.
Pin out. Pinning up.
Pegging out is like dead. I think that's another of my dad. I'm gonna have to do a Bob's expressions. Yeah, I think that was his delicate way of saying somebody had deceased this world. Jack's pegged out.
Boom, delivered like that, like a guillotine. End of. That's old school coppers for you, see. Didn't none of this modern, you had to be politically correct. There's something to say. It's getting said. It's getting delivered. Job's a good one. World needs more Bobs.
Definitely does. Less Bobs.
Yeah, some jars of something on the front. Wow, do you think somebody lives in there?
Probably. Given what we've seen today, people
Go on then, there's, who's intelligent enough to know what a squirrox is? Squirrox. Can't even say it.
Oh, look at these. I love these shepherd's huts.
So you're a bit more PC. I was going to go, what's that gypsy wagon doing?
It's not a gypsy wagon, honestly.
What's the difference? It's got wheels.
Well, what are you calling a gypsy
Why would a
wagon?
shepherd need wheels?
So he can move his hut around.
It sounds like a gypsy.
Yeah, but he doesn't move it like around like a caravan moves around. If indeed that is what you're referring to. I suppose you just needed to move around in your area, don't you, where you're shepherding.
Oh, you just get your horse to pull you around.
Yeah, and then you're sorted, I guess. I don't really know. Should read up on shepherd's huts. They look cute. Not so cute with a white PVC door though.
Warmer.
Don't talk to me about war. We've got an all-time record low temperature this morning. Well, all-time for us. 4 degrees.
Yeah, it's nippy.
What, nippy?
Yeah, a bit.
Right, what's all that?
Mr. B, Crapord de Jerry.
It's an interesting little area, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just the right side. I don't know. No. You all know what I'm thinking.
Some of it's
Just the right side.
Some of it's really nice.
Yeah, it's a nice boat.
Wood sash. Apparently this is quite shallow, so the advice was floor it. Is it floor it? Go quite quickly, which sort of means floor it really. Oh, not much to spare there.
So there used to be a bridge here once upon a time.
Oh, that's a little bump then, did you? Feel a little bump under your feet. Oh wow.
That's a nice arch. Oh, it's arched to the bottom as well.
2, but one's bricked up. Oh, more. Sorry, I know you're concentrating. You can watch the footage later. Wow, look at all the masts up there.
Oh wow, look at them all. Are they
Crows or
jackdaws?
you tell the difference between a crow and a jackdaw?
Oh wow. There's whatever the collective word for them is.
Like, I'm going to use the word, I was just about to use the word colony.
Ooh.
I don't know if that's the technically correct word, but
There's a lot of them.
those are little blighters as well, aren't they? So we're still on the go. This is 45 minutes since we said we'd stop for lunch. We've got 3 aborted attempts and risk grounding, so we've given up. But here we are on, it's called Fenny Compton Tunnel on the guide, but it's not a tunnel anymore, it's just a cutting, long, straight, and it's not too bad here for width, but it's a little on the narrow side.
Yeah, it bits there. It sort of nips. I don't even see behind me. Oh, that's cool. Oh, so they're just to break up the water flow, presumably, so you don't
it
get.
Can't just all push down.
Yeah, it gets a bit tight in there, and there's rocks sort of sticking out. It's quite shallow, so you gotta have your wits about you down there. Some doggies out for a walk. Part kangaroo. Going to catch a boat at the wrong time. So that's 2 boats in quick succession on one of the tightest bits. Doesn't look much on the map, on the guides, but yeah, gosh, it's narrow there. We've caught 2 boats on the corner. First one and myself managed to just sort of squeeze past each other really slowly. The second one was going a touch too quickly, so despite lots of reversing he wasn't able to slow the boat down in time, so he's kissed the bank, but anyway, we've managed it.
So Fenny Compton Marina has presented itself while I was trying to make lunch, which is now an hour after we said we were eating. We're on boat time, yeah. So looks like the entrance to the marina's there, like some sort of lift bridgey thing. So we're heading, although we don't know if this is correct, we're going to head for the pegs over there in front of that white building. So we want to get rid of some rubbish. We want to get rid of some rubbish. Don't know if there is an elephant here. Oh yeah. Oh, it's got eggs in it.
Oh wow. At least 3 there.
4. Good spot.
Big eggs.
Yeah. Big bird.
There's a joke in there somewhere, I'm not going to take it.
Anyway, we're going to aim just for those pegs there in front of that white building. We've got rubbish to get rid of. We've got gas to buy because one of the gas canisters ran out this morning. Yeah. And I'm not sure if there's an L-SAN, but if there is, we're going to use that as well. Don't know if you want to have your lunch before or after that, but
We'll just get moored up.
I think we've just got to do what, because we're here, we've just got to do what we need to do and just eat whenever we can. But
it's slightly awkward because it's a blind corner as well, so I need to cross the canal to get onto those mooring points. Of course there could be anything
but we are newbies as well.
Don't worry, I'll be on.
We will top up with juice actually, and we need water as well.
It's closed.
Oh, is it?
Half a job. Don't say half.
No, don't say that.
That's my name.
At least the sun's shining.
And there's a nice pub, literally 7 to 9 minutes walk away.
Right, so you're sort of sorted out.
7 on the way there, 9 on the way back.
Yes.
In zigzags. Right, change of plan. Fuel closed, gas closed, office and service area closed, waste bins closed. Yeah, so we're just going to stop, grab some lunch because we're hungry, and thank ourselves that we haven't got quite as rough a deal as these very nice chaps behind us, who, well, there's only one word really, isn't it? It's 2 words.
Broken down.
Broken down.
Just 2 words.
Yeah, they have officially broken down. So, got the deck chairs out, chilling. Not ideal breaking down on a Sunday, but the law of sod.
Anyway, you've got your beer.
Mm.
You've got last night's leftover for heaters.
Nom nom nom. Yeah, and no, I'm not going to say it.
What?
I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
It could be a lot worse, couldn't it?
Oh, you did say it.
No, I didn't. It could be worse. It could be worse, couldn't it?